and welcome back to Holistic Healing by Tiamat. Today I want to bring you this last week of Crown Chakra series. So if you have not been keeping up, then we have been doing a video each week despite having many disturbances halfway through each week. I have managed to stay pretty much consistent upon them all, and I have uploaded them all. I will upload them into a playlist and you can check that out down below. So let me know down below if you have watched them all so far. If not, don't worry, there is plenty of time you can catch up, don't worry. If you prefer to work your way upwards and then go down, that is also fine, but I decided that it was probably best to work through each chakra for about a week, because the extensive work that we have been covering, it's quite important to make sure that we are giving ourselves enough time to properly work through each chakra and then reflect upon the work that we have done, because we may find that we are being met with unresolved traumas while we are clearing through our chakras, and that is perfectly fine, that is perfectly normal. So now we are going to get into the last chakra of this week, which is the crown chakra. The last chakra of the physical chakras. So we are going to go next year into the higher dimensional chakras. But for now, I thought it was best that we just stick to a more simplified system, a structure that we can understand on a physical level, because as we are all evolving, it's important to make sure that we are going at pace that we can understand, and it's important to make sure that we are able to really slow down and look after our physical bodies first before we go heading off into any interdimensional chakras, because our physical bodies come first. And while many of us may be so desperate to get off planet Earth, we may be so desperate to go and visit all of the different beautiful places out there, some of us may be desperate to teleport and to travel to different places, but this is not yet physically possible. And when this is physically possible, it is still going to be so important for us to make sure that we are looking after our physical chakras, because these come first. When we neglect our physical bodies, we will find that everything starts to go wrong. So it is so important for us as a nation, as a collective, whatever word you choose to resonate with, it is so important for us all to make sure that we are actually listening to our own bodies, and that we are listening to what is going on in the world around us. And that is actually what the crown chakra deals with. But first of all, I'm going to continue to talk about why it's important to look after the third dimensional chakras, because again, if we go off looking into how to change the world around us and how to change the universe around us, we will lose the beautiful world that we already have, that doesn't need changing, our beautiful bodies that don't need changing in any way. Because while many of us may be desperate to change ourselves, we don't realize what we already have is perfect already. So yes, with that being said, let's go straight now into the crown chakra video. So the crown chakra is violet in color. This chakra is associated with the organ, the brain. So this is at the top of your head. That is why it's called your crown, and that is why you also will notice these things are also, whoops daisy, I dropped my pen. One moment, let me just pick, actually that doesn't really matter, but you will notice these things are also called crowns because they sit on the crown of your head. So it is so important for us to make sure that we are looking after this part of our body, because if we neglect our crown, then the rest of our body starts to get ailments as a result of this. Sorry for any noises in the background. As I was saying, once we start to look after our crown, we start to be able to look after the rest of our body. So especially when we are connecting our crown chakra to our roots. So when we are grounding ourselves, this is going to help us to really be able to be connected to what is going on in the world around us. So this chakra is also associated with our hair. So many of you may have different colored hair. That is because of your crown chakra. So your crown chakra does actually rule and determine the color that your hair will be and the type of hair that you will have. So if you have more thick, coarse hair, you will find that this is because of your genes. But if you have more fine, softer hair, this is because of your genes as well. So no matter whatever your hair type is, it's just because of what your genealogy type is. So it is also connected to our pineal gland, and this is our ability to regulate this rules our ability to regulate our sleep and wakefulness cycles, as well as our ability to logicalize things and our ability to fantasize. So not only our ability to logicalize and rationalize, to see things exactly how they are, but also to be able to fantasize, to visualize, and to be able to create things from our mind's eye. This is all connected to our crown chakra, which rules our ability to empathize with other people as well. So the associated theme with the crown chakra is our spiritual connection. So for those of you that do feel particularly connected to a particular godhead, a god, a source, a particular religion, or a particular spiritual background, this is because you may likely have a particularly strong crown chakra. So you may have something called enhanced crown chakra capabilities, and you may also resonate as someone who is an indigo or even a violet. So an indigo is someone who has advanced third eye chakra capabilities, because the color indigo is associated with the third eye chakra, but the color violet is associated with the crown chakra. So the color violet is this kind of color, this kind of shade of purple that is on my jumper, or the shade of purple that is on my skirt or my head covering. So I'll show you one moment. If you just give me one moment. This kind of color. So yeah, you will find that kind of shade of purple helps you to empathize with other people around you, and this will help you to actually connect to your own spirituality as well as to your God. So this will help you to know how to raise your vibration up, so how to ascend yourself out of difficult situations, how to ascend yourself through life, really, which means, rather than grounding yourself, which means focusing on relaxing and focusing on doing the practical tasks that you need to build up your resources. Well, no, actually, that's kind of ascending. Grounding is more building the things that you will want to leave behind you and things like that in order to ascend. Making sure that you are stabilizing your foundation so that you can ascend, so that you can grow, so that you can continue to uplift yourself. And ascending is more the idea that you are able to become one with the universe around you. And that is actually what the crown chakra deals with. So the crown chakra deals with oneness and the law of one. And it also deals with our feelings of samadhi, so our feelings of connection with the whole world around us. When we have connected crown chakras, we find that we can understand what is going on in the world around us through samadhi, and we can connect to those in the world around us through samadhi, which means that we can empathize with and feel others' pain, and we can create solutions for other people as well, which is one of the best parts about having a connected and open crown chakra. So when we talk about our empathy cognate centers, we don't just talk about our ability to empathize with other people, we also talk about our ability to do things for other people. So our ability to actually harmonize with other people, and our ability to actually work with a balanced team, work with people who are trying to do the best for yourself, and you will be able to understand who is there for you, who is there for your best intentions, and who is not necessarily there for your best intentions. So if you're not someone who is able to work with your crown chakra that easily, then it is important to make sure that you are taking time to really ground yourself and to really think about what you have going on around you, because it's likely that your intuition is correct. You likely know what is going on in the world around you, but you often choose to ignore your intuition because you want to have a balanced life, or you want to have a happy life. But this can cause you to have imbalances within your crown chakra. But before I go into these imbalances, I also want to talk about how your crown chakra also is associated with your general function, so your general functioning. So this is not only your brain and your nervous system, but this is just how you generally function as a person. This is how you work, how you are, and your crown chakra rules your ability to actually be that person. So yes, these imbalances that I was mentioning earlier, you will notice come up when you are feeling ungrounded. Now, when you are ungrounded, this may cause you to feel all airy-fairy. You may feel like you are disconnected with the rest of the world around you. You may feel a bit like you've got your head in the clouds a little bit. Now, this is because you have not grounded your crown chakra. Now, there's nothing wrong with this, but it is important to make sure that you are taking time to ground your reality and to ground everything that you are going through, because otherwise you will find that you may likely have panic attacks, and you may be suffering with delusions and delirium. So it's important to make sure that you are working with your crown chakra. And if you are someone who prefers to, if you are someone who is a crystal child, or someone who is more of a starseed who has higher chakra capabilities and who is disconnected with their lower chakras, it's important to make sure that you are working your way down. So it is important to make sure that you are going through your third eye chakra and doing the relevant work. I won't go through all of that right now, but you can check out my other videos in the third eye chakra series. These things, however, would include looking at the world around you and noting the world thoughts, changes in a diary, in a journal, noting all of the different things that you can sense and feel in the world around you. This will help you with your third eye chakra. Then working your way through to your throat chakra. This will help you to be able to communicate the things that you have seen with other people. It's likely that if you are someone who is rather ascended, that other people may not understand you at first. So then you'll have to go through your heart chakra, and you'll have to understand that not everyone will ever be able to understand you, so you have to be able to just love everyone for who they are anyway. And then once you have healed your heart chakra, you can then start to ground your solar plexus chakra, which will help you to take the lead upon the things that you feel able to take the lead upon. And then you will be able to start to ground this within your sacral chakra, which will then help you to create more things. This will help you to be able to, say for example, if you like to create things with your hands, this will help you to create things with your hands. If you like to actually make things, this will help you to make these things. If you like to make music, this will help you to make music. If you like to make art, this will help you to make that art. But then once you ground that reality, you will be able to actually just be able to... Grounding is all about just being, knowing that you have done enough, knowing that you don't have to free yourself from anything, knowing that you don't have to flee from anything, knowing that you don't have to fight anyone, knowing that you just are enough. And then once you ground that, everything starts to make a little bit more sense, and then you can start to communicate with people who are on a more grounded level, who are on a more fight or flight level, who don't understand how to look after themselves yet. Because once you have been fully looking after yourself, you will be able to empathize with other people. And if you have worked yourself all the way down, then you will be able to actually connect with other people. Now, if you've gone the other way and you've worked your way up, then this is also brilliant. You will be able to connect and empathize with everyone who is around you, and you can keep going through this series as many times as you feel necessary. And you don't have to... The brilliant thing about this series is you don't have to spend 1 week on one chakra. You can spend 2 weeks on one chakra, or you can spend a day on one chakra and then go into the next chakra if you feel like you already have that chakra down, you already got that pretty sorted out. So it's brilliant. It's actually really great when you have something that you can work through your chakras with. I'm actually going to use this myself, but I'm still going to go now into the imbalances. So unfortunately, there are many other imbalances that are associated with the crown chakra, and these are things such as a god complex. Now, it is okay to be confident and it is okay to be prideful, but when you do get a god complex, when you do start to think that you are better than other people, this causes a problem within your life. This causes you to be more ungrounded because you can't connect with other people, because you expect them to treat you in a way that is unrealistic, unmaintainable, and it's just not you. So it's important to make sure that you are grounding yourself for long enough to stay clear from any kind of god complexes. And to help you, you will find that going out into nature, being kind to animals, being kind to the world around you will help you to connect to other people. This will help you to reopen your heart and to connect to the law of one. So especially if you are someone who resonates as someone who is on quite a high vibrational frequency, you need to make sure that you are able to ground yourself out in nature with friends and with family and with people who are on a more grounded level than yourself, making sure that you are being humble for long enough to actually listen to other people, to actually talk to other people, and to actually just have a laugh. Just don't take life so seriously all the time, because sometimes life is just meant to be for having fun and for letting go. Now, of course, this chakra is all about logicalizing and rationalizing. So we have to make sure that we are being safe and practical as well as having fun. But really, we are supposed to have fun in life. And the more that we hold ourselves back from having fun, the more ailments we will cause ourselves within our crown chakra, and the more blockages we will cause within our crown chakra. So it's important to make sure that we are clearing our crown chakra from any and all blockages. And there are other imbalances as well. So OCD thoughts, so worrying too much about obsessive thoughts will cause you to have an imbalanced crown chakra. Now, of course, there are many things that we will worry about, but there are many guided meditations and certain things that you can do to stop yourself from being so worried, to stop the anxiety from taking over your life. So I found that especially during 2021 that I was really having quite a lot of anxiety and obsessive thoughts myself. This caused me to not really be able to do much practical work because I was too worried about my obsessive thoughts, and I just really wasn't doing too well. So I wasn't sleeping very well either, and I was too busy worrying about cleaning and tidying and making sure that my house was just perfect. And this meant that I was controlling the people around me as well, which meant that I was really ungrounded. And at nighttime I couldn't sleep, and my pineal gland was so dysregulated because I wasn't getting out and spending time with friends and family, or even different people within my community. I was only spending time with one or two people, with certain people that I knew very well. But while this was good in many ways, this also caused me to have imbalances within my crown chakra, because I found that I was unable to actually empathize with the whole world around me. I was too busy worrying about what was going on within my family dynamics. So in order to help this, I actually listened to, now I can mention names, can't I? I can mention names. So I listened to a lot of Michael Seeley videos. I listened to these overnight. Now sometimes when my partner and I were living together, I would find that I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would have night terrors, and I would have to put on more than one. But this is okay because most of these videos last for about 3 to 4 hours. So some of them last longer, some of them last shorter, but this will help you to get a good amount of sleep, and you will feel like you are protected during this time so that you can get enough sleep. Because many times when we are trying to get enough sleep, we will find that we don't feel safe, because not for any reason other than the thoughts that are going around in our brains. So this often leads towards us panicking and towards us having obsessive thoughts. We may lay awake at night thinking, what if that was to happen, what if this was to happen. But once we just start to let go of any and all anxiety, any and all worries, we start to realize that we don't need to worry about the day ahead. We don't need to worry about our our unfinished plans, because we already have done enough, we already are enough. So yes, now you may find that if you have some imbalances within your crown chakra, you may lack purpose as well. Now, if you lack purpose, this may cause you to feel quite ungrounded, and you may feel like you are wanting to actually engage in criminal activity and behavior, and you may feel like you want to be reckless and to fight other people and things like this. This is because you are unfortunately ungrounded, but this doesn't have to be the case. You can ground yourself. You may also be quite clumsy and have poor balance. This is because You are not looking at the world around you. You are not really in the world around you. You are too in your head, you're too in your past, and you're too in your future as well. So you may also find that when you have this poor balance, this is because you are not grounded. So you're not looking after your feet, you're not looking after your whole body, you're not getting out into nature and grounding yourself on earth. Once you do this, you will find that this starts to really regulate your whole balance. Now, you will also find that you are feeling a little bit forgetful if you have a dysregulated crown chakra, because when you have a dysregulated crown chakra, you are too busy worrying about other things to focus on your present current reality. So you don't actually pay attention to what it is you are doing. So for example, you think you've put your phone down on your countertop, but actually you put it in your bedroom. This is because you don't pay attention to what is going on around you, and then you start to forget things. So all in all, this could lead towards you having neurological conditions such as Parkinson's, dementia, and other muscular diseases. These are important to make sure that you are sorting out straight away, because the longer that you let these carry on, the worse that they can get, and the more damaging they could become. So once you start to ground yourself, you will find that anything is possible to heal from. I believe 100% that we can heal from anything. I believe that no matter what, even things that our parents, that are hereditary, we can heal from and change our DNA. Wow, I've just had a crazy synchronicity. So I'm just about to finish this, but yes, we can change and shift our DNA and our molecular structures. So it's important to make sure that we are looking after ourselves, because when we do this, we will find that actually we are not only able to change our own patterns of behavior and to empathize with our own children, to stop them from getting ill and sick in the way that our parents and our grandparents did, and to prevent all of these karmic cycles from occurring, but we will also be able to change our parents and our ancestors that we have got within our lives. So if you are someone who is suffering from quite a lot of muscular disease and problems within your neurological system and your functioning, it is important to make sure that you are actually able to ground yourself within nature. Not necessarily if you are someone who has quite a lot of different neurological problems that come from being out too much in nature, working too much out in the sun, or spending too much time doing physical work. But if you can spend time doing relaxing things, doing natural things, for example, having a bath in Epsom salts. Now, this may not seem to many people like it is a natural therapy, but many spa treatments actually are natural therapies, because if you think about it, the act of getting salt and putting it in water is a very natural thing, and it's something that even if we didn't have access to aeroplanes or anything to transport salt from the Himalayan mountains, we could go to the sea and we could make our own salt, we could make sea salt, and we could purify our energy through doing that. I do know a couple of people who do actually make their own sea salt through following the molten salt techniques. What they do is they get bottles of water, and I'm not entirely sure if this is exactly how the molten salt techniques work, but someone will let me know down below, I'm sure. But what they do is they get bottles of water, and then they kind of just filter it down, and then boil it down until they see, well, I believe that molten salt is actually gathered from getting the salt crust off the top of the water that is gathered, and then something is done with that as it's cleansed and purified. But I'm not entirely 100% sure how that is done. But I do know that when you do it with your own home water bottle, what you do is you I think boil it down until a crust forms on the top, and then you get the crust off the top. And then I've never done it myself, but that's something that I'm definitely 100% interested in doing, because that's something I think is so interesting. But I'm aware of the fact that if we all start going down to the sea with big old buckets and pails, that there might be some kind of national emergency or some kind of crisis going on, and I'm not trying to manifest that whatsoever. So that is not what I'm advising you to do. But yes, that's basically everything. It's important to make sure that you are grounding yourself and making sure that you are just really looking after yourself, because it's so important to make sure that you are taking care of your own body and your own resources, as well as your crown chakra, because this is how you look after your crown chakra. Many of us who have unbalanced crown chakras, who are empathizing with other people a lot, we may think that it's not important to worry about the physical reality, but while it is not important to be greedy and to dwell in our physical reality, to worry about what's going on in our physical reality all the time, it is important to make sure that we are looking after our body, to make sure that we are eating healthy, to make sure that we are getting enough sleep, to get enough balanced foods, to get enough friendship, to get enough social entertainment and everything. So with that being said, there are two last things. Oh no, there's just one last thing. Oh no, yeah, there is two last things. It's one last thing which kind of rounds up into two. So you will find that if you have a sensitivity to light and sounds, then this is also because you have an imbalance within your crown chakra. This is likely because you have probably been overexerting yourself, and migraines are also a symptom of a imbalanced third eye and crown chakra. So it's important to make sure that you are grounding yourself, spending enough time in the dark, spending enough time at night time, really just sleeping and actually looking after yourself. If you're someone who struggles to get enough sleep, and if you struggle to relax and to ground yourself at nighttime, then it is important to make sure that you are turning off all of your devices. And 3232 on the clock, so 5 rounding up to 5, which anyway, some of you take it however it resonates. If you are a fan of using angel numbers, as I was saying, the sensitivity to sounds and lights are likely because you have overexerted yourself, and if you are someone who is struggling to get enough sleep at night, then it's important to make sure that you are turning off your devices, leaving your bedroom as somewhere that doesn't have too many strong smells. So if you wear a lot of perfume, aftershave, or body sprays, it's important to make sure that you are putting these on outside of your bedroom or even outside of your front door. Now, people may wonder what you're doing, but if you're someone who suffers from asthma, problems with your heart chakra as well, this is really going to help to clear out any and all of these blockages. This is also going to help you to make sure that you are able to ground yourself and get enough sleep, because when your bedroom is just somewhere for you to sleep and not somewhere for you to be doing all of these crazy things like putting on your makeup, putting on your sprays, this will help you to actually know what it is for. Now, you will also want to perhaps put on some relaxing sounds within your bedroom, some whale sounds or some wind sounds or some essential oils. These will all help you to relax and to ground yourself at nighttime. A nice blend for you too, if you are a fan of essential oils and you are a feminine, a nice blend is rose, geranium and lavender. But if you are a masculine, then you might want to try peppermint, eucalyptus and lavender, but you will have to be careful because depending on your ailments or your own problems or anything that you will have to be very careful at which essential oils you use. But to be careful and to be safe, lavender is one that you can always use, and chamomile is one that you can mostly always use. Chamomile German, I believe, the blue one. The blue one is the one that you can always use, but it may stain your burners and things like that. So it is ruled, your crown chakra is ruled by, so I couldn't actually find any clear evidence on which chakra, which, sorry, which star sign rules the crown chakra. So I kind of made it up based off of which organs it rules. So I also forgot to mention that it does rule your neurological system somewhat as well, because of course your crown chakra deals with your whole neurological system, your whole bodily functioning, and your general functioning is ruled by your nervous system. So I guessed based off of that, because these are the star signs that rule the bodily functions, the musculoskeletal system, the nervous system, and the brain, I picked Aquarius, Gemini and Virgo. However, I was not sure if perhaps Scorpio could also come under this as well, and Taurus as well, because they're both known for their associations with the Venus and the musculoskeletal system. So yes, if anyone does know, let me know down below, because this is not something that I have necessarily done that much extensive research in. I mean, actually, to be honest, the crown chakra I just done today. I wrote this up today because I didn't realize, but when I was going through my journal, I realized that I hadn't done the crown chakra week. I had done all of the other weeks, and so instead of leaving a week for the crown chakra, I kind of have just picked a whole day to dedicate to writing this up, and then I'm going to re-go through this at another point, another time. So this is something, I've already got a very advanced crown chakra, so I often just need to ground myself, which is one of the reasons why I have been speaking to those of you who do resonate as crystals and indigos, because I know that you will understand me in that way. But when it comes to those of you who are more grounded, then it is important to make sure that you are working yourself all the way up, and it's important to make sure that you are paying attention and focusing as well, because many times we may feel like it's better to just chill out and have fun, but when you just chill out and fun, you don't actually reap the same benefits and the same rewards as you would have gotten if you would have stuck it out and done the full work on all of your chakras. Now, this isn't to say that you will want to do your whole chakras all within 7 weeks. I personally have stretched it out a little bit longer, and in fact I originally wrote this out in January and planned for it to be a 7-week course or whatever through January. However, I realize now that I wanted to do more extensive work, and I wanted to take a break to ground myself as well, because you can do that. You can just take a break whenever you feel called to. You don't have to even do a full week. You can just ground yourself and go back to your physical reality. However, you will notice that, especially if you are doing it over the course of 21 days, that your life is changing completely for the better anyway. But with that being said, it is so important to make sure that you are grounding yourself. Now, I just saw a black pheasant, brown hair. So Taurus, Virgo, Aries, Scorpio, that may mean something to you. Take it however it resonates. This is everything for the crown chakra series. Thank you very much for watching. This is everything for the chakra series. Now, I will likely re-go through these, but don't forget to like, subscribe and comment so that you can see the interdimensional chakra series that are coming up in the future. and to see all of the other different things that I will have going on within the different chakras and within spirituality. I will be doing a crown series. I will be getting back to the crown series, so I know that that is something that many of you have been enjoying, the crown series, and so I will be going back to that. That was my 2021 project, so I will be doing little bits of it here and there throughout the rest of the years. However, 2030 is when I really want to be doing that again. So up until then, I'm going to be working on other projects, and the sleep series will come first. So the sleep series will be my next project that I am working on. I will be doing adult and children's separately, but I will also be doing families sections. So I will be doing adult ASMR as well as adult story time, and I will also be doing guided meditations for the family as well as specific guided meditations that are aimed at children, and children's Reiki healing videos and puppet videos as well as story time videos. So I'm obviously not going to be doing them all at once, but I will be doing all of these things throughout the rest of this year, throughout 2022, as everything is now really been put in place so that I can do this. I am going to be making sure that I am spending the rest of this year just laying these foundations and doing everything that I have been promising to get back to. And if there is something specific that I have mentioned on my channel that I would do that I haven't done, please don't feel shy, please don't feel scared, don't feel worried, don't feel nervous to approach me. I am fully approachable, and I will do these things, spiritual things, holistic healing things. And if there's things like quantum leaping or anything like that that you would like to know more about, that is something that I'm really passionate about. I'm also really passionate about learning how to heal your body using quantum physics, and also biology, chemistry, physics. These are all things that I am interested in. Quantum physics, of course, is something that I'm really interested in, and at the moment I am trying to alchemize and balance my life so that I can not only put into practice, because I resonate as someone who has the Midas touch. I resonate as someone who is able to materialize anything spiritual into gold, or anything basically I can turn into gold. So because of this, I am also able to transmute things from a low vibrational frequency into light. Now, because of this, I am willing to teach other people how to do this, and I'm also willing to teach other people how to use your psychic senses. These are things that maybe those of you who are more rational and who are more logic-brained um, may not feel comfortable in approaching, and those of you who have got people who are very logic around you, you may feel uncomfortable approaching this because you may have been taken the mick out of, or you may have been hurt because of this. You may have had bad things happen to you, so just take it however it resonates. But this is something that I am willing to explore and to talk about further on this channel, and just let me know, because while I am aware that I am able to visualize and fantasize, I am also someone who is very logical, so I am able to set maintainable goals and stick to them. My time frames and limits may not be entirely accurate, but yeah, just let me know what it is that you want to see coming up in the future, and I will work on that. I've now finished the physical chakra series, which I would say was probably one of the biggest projects that I had to do. It took me 7 months to finish. So now that I have finished this, I will definitely be re-going along each of the chakras and adding to each video. But bless you all. And if there is a particular chakra that you are favouring, then don't forget to let me know down below which one is your favourite. My favorite, I don't know if I'll tell you that one. I don't know if I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Well, like, you can probably tell by my background behind me, and that's all I'll say. Um, that's all I'll say. But yes, I love all of the chakras, and I love doing the work for all of them because I just find that it is so rewarding. But with that being said, I will see you next time, and I hope that you have a really, truly beautiful, blessed week ahead. I'm going to be uploading this on Sunday, the 10th of July, but this doesn't really matter whenever you're watching it. Just take it however it resonates for you. Beautiful Earth Angels, have a really beautiful and peaceful week. I love you. Whoa, Sunny. Well, I haven't named this one yet, but apparently it just got named. Anyway, my unicorn just fell down. I was actually gonna let name it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. One love. Have a beautiful, beautiful crown chakra week. And don't forget to post pictures of what you've been doing. So if you've been going out and eating lots of blue and purple things, then show me those things. I like to see those things. If you want to, you can put the hashtag, if you use Instagram, put the hashtag HH by T. So that is HH by TI. So HHBYTI. I look forward to seeing what you have been up to, and you can do that for any of the chakras. This isn't just the crown chakra. Thank you very much. See you. Bye. One love. Mwah. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Bye.